I am Thomas Robertson, and for my lesson that I'll be doing chapter 20's syntax surgery, which follows these steps of while a student is reading a text, if they are struggling on a particular sentence, you will identify that sentence. You would then create ideally a word line, like a word sentence. In my case, I did flashcards. And you would have the student then perform surgery on it and cut out the words that they are struggling with and rearrange it the way that they're hearing it. And then you would read that to them and then reorganize it properly to how it's supposed to sound, and then sort of walk them through that. So from there, you can delay the lesson as well if you need to work on this more with the students, or if there's other things, like maybe it's a particular sound they're struggling with, or maybe it's just a certain rhyming scheme that's problematic for them. So from there, we would start with Jesse. Here would be my student, and he's already read the first 2 pages, so he's on the next page. So Jesse, can you read for us?
Meg and Grandma did not see the big boat. They did not see that it made the big wave.
Okay. So the first line Jesse read was perfect, but the second line was a little off. We can see while reading the text that it says they did not see the big wave that it made. He read it in reverse on parts of it. So what we would do now is we would then create the sentence. Again, I have flashcards that I'm trying to use for this. So we would create the sentence for Jesse, and then once we laid it out, we would kind of arrange it for him so that way he can see the parts that he messed up on, or the parts that he mixed it up on, and then hopefully rearrange it accordingly so that way he can see the first step, which is what he said, which was that they did not see that it made the big wave. That's what he read. So we would perform the syntax surgery. We would swap out the way the big wave that it made, and we would switch it around so that way he would see the correct way to do it, and then we would swap it back to his way, and through that he would hopefully realize that whatever the error was, whatever the mix-up, whether it was a cultural language issue, or whether it was just something to do with a rhyming scheme, he would see that the problem is, hopefully by performing the surgery, he can fix that problem, and for future issue, like for future reading, he'll be able to quickly analyze that. All right, and so right here, this is the way that my student Jesse saw the sentence. So what we would do is, once we have it displayed out like this, I would then take out the parts according to the text that we had. Let's see if I can find it. So I would take out the parts that are not in the right order. So let's see. So we would take out this entire bottom line. We would reorganize it to be, they did not see the, let's see, big wave it made. So I would show this to Jesse, to my student who's struggling in this case, and I would be like, this is like what it's supposed to be looking like. You know, this is what you're supposed to see while you're doing this. And then if you wanted to, you could rearrange it back to the original style of how the student saw it, and tell them, like, ask them questions like, do you understand why it was done this way? And like where the mix-up might have occurred and stuff like that.